All right. Hey guys, GM, and welcome to the YGG community update for Q3 2024. It's a full stack lineup. You know the drill. Welcome, YGG community. I bet you guys had a blast over the past week. YGG Play Summit. Don't worry, we're going to be getting into the weeds of that as well. But yeah, make sure like, share, and retweet. We are live across the board, but if you do want to join our live AMA, the live discussion with the YGG community, make sure to join us over at the YGG Discord channel. That's discord.gg/yield guild games. And we are over here at the AMA discussion text channel as well. But yeah, let's get to it. Up first, we have the one and only Andy Chou, our head of ecosystem development, for his updates. Andy, are you there?
Yep. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Can we move to the next slide, please? Awesome. So let's begin the presentation with our high-level numbers for Q3 2024. All numbers are as of September 2024, unless otherwise noted. As you can see on the first column on the left, the community column, total online reach globally, including our regional guild partners, was 12 million. We currently have 11 regional guild partners that we collaborate with, and our total cumulative user signups up to the end of Q3 2024 was 270,000. Now moving to the middle column, this is the cost to acquire assets across games, guilds, and infrastructure partners. To the right, the third column represents their market value at the end of September 2024. So first with game partnerships, the cost to acquire these was 9.5 million, and the market value was 18.8. This continues to be largely driven by our positions in My Pet Hooligan and Pixels. For the 7 guild partnerships we have incubated, the cost to acquire was 4.2 million, and the market value, again, at the end of September, was 4.3 million. On the infrastructure partnerships, the cost to acquire was 3.6 and the market value is 10.2. This is mostly driven by our positions in chains such as Ronin and Oasis. So in summary, total cost to acquire assets across these games, guilds, and infrastructure partners was 17 million, and their market value at the end of September was 33.3. These values, just to clarify, do exclude our stablecoin, our large cap tokens, and in native token positions. On to the next slide, please. So I wanted to highlight some asset acquisitions or strategic investments we made in the third quarter. First is Godzilla Games' Off the Grid. In Q3, we participated in their node sale. So Off the Grid marks perhaps the first ever AAA quality Web3 game to be released on both PC and consoles. It's next generation battle royale, and I'm sure many of you know of it. And they're backed by almost 100 million in funding with over 5 years of development time. So we're very excited about this partnership. Second, we also purchased nodes of the Keystone Protocol. They come from the founders of MySpace and Jam City, and the game Champions Ascension is their first partner. And third, we participated in Party Icon's recent $9 million raise. Their mobile-first gaming platform. They have 3 different playable modes, and this funding round was led by Bigcraft Ventures with some participation from other investors like Game Girl Ventures and IDG Capital. So that's the summary on strategic investments for the quarter. Thanks, everyone, and I think we can move to the next page.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Andy. I mean, I myself, I couldn't get enough of Off the Grid as well. Been seeing so much interest with the community, so it's really good to see and find out that, YGG's in the game as well. So cool stuff. And up next, we do have Leah, the one and only. Leah, how are you doing? Are you there?
Thank you for that introduction, SEDANO. Hi, everybody. Yeah, just a quick overview of media coverage. We have had so much media recently, so this is really just tip of the iceberg. But to give you a bit of an overview, I think a lot of you probably saw the France 24 video that came out mid-year. So France 24, if you're not familiar with it, is an absolutely massive TV channel. It's international, and they actually had a French journalist who traveled all the way to the Philippines, and they came on the road trip with us. They attended the Baguio road trip for YGG Pilipinas and created this fantastic video. So we were pretty excited about that. It was definitely very bullish, kind of seeing these play-to-earn narratives go back to mainstream international press. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It features some of your faves like Munchies and Cuckoo. Shout out to you guys. We also had a feature on Games GG, which was about a chat that I had with Gabby and Luke from Pixels when we were in LA earlier this year. That video is on YouTube. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. Super, super interesting just hearing Gabby and Luke riff around their thoughts on user acquisition, reward and incentive design, and how that's evolving in terms of Web3 native approaches. So Games GG did a brilliant write-up on that. Then we had Beryl. So Beryl was speaking at E27, which is a very high-profile event. They had one of their first, I think maybe their first Philippines event. And for that, they interviewed Beryl and did a feature article, which was all about YGG's future of work and YGG's expansion into AI and DPIN to uncover more earning opportunities for the community. So check it out. It was an absolutely brilliant article. So on the bottom line there, so this is more recent stuff, and it's specifically coverage that we got at the YGG Play Summit, which we're going to talk about later. But just firstly, we had an amazing newsletter in Cointelegraph. I don't know if you guys follow it, but there's a weekly Web3 gaming newsletter written by Kieran Lyons. He's an Australian crypto journalist who traveled all the way to the Philippines for the event. And last week, he made the weekly Web3 gaming newsletter completely about the YGG Play Summit. So you can see it there. Yellow Panther was obviously featured, and we had other amazing people from the event in there. That was super cool to see that he made the entire newsletter about YGG. And then we had an amazing feature on Decrypt. So this was pretty cool because this was a story that was written about Gabby announcing on stage at the YGG Play Summit that on-chain guilds would be launching on Base. He had Jesse Pollack, the creator of Base, come up on stage as a surprise and announce it with Gabby, which was just like insane. It was such a great moment. And we gave this story as an exclusive to Decrypt. Fun fact, the journalist who wrote this is actually Filipino. He's been writing about crypto for many, many years, and he just started writing for Decrypt. So it was super cool that he was able to write that feature story and actually be there on the ground to see the announcement in person. And the final one I just wanted to highlight here, we were very lucky in getting quite a bit of coverage from entertainment and lifestyle media with the Metaverse Filipino Worker film premiere. So that was very exciting because sometimes it can be difficult, as I'm sure you know, to get mainstream media to care about crypto or even try to understand it. But the Metaverse Filipino Worker movie premiere clearly was something that kind of crossed over into that mainstream area, and we got some amazing coverage from GMA in the Philippines in particular. So yeah, as I said, that's really only the tip of the iceberg in terms of the amazing media that we've got recently, but that's my little recap for the moment.
Amazing. And we definitely will be hearing a lot more from you, Leah, in just quite a bit, okay? But so we'll see you in a bit. Cheers, Leah. Awesome updates. And up next, we have the future of work. So Trish, are you on the line?
Yes, all right. So since our last community update, we formally launched the Future of Work program. This happened during Token 2049 in Singapore, where we had an exhibit and discussed future of work in some panel discussions. We've also been busy running several quests in Gap that involve gamified data collection and labeling to train artificial intelligence. So to date, we've had you, our community members, complete more than 3,000 quests. Questers have cumulatively earned 36,000 YGG tokens, and this was achieved through labeling over 100,000 data points for political sentiment, clothing, gaming, and medical datasets. We also participated in the Earth Rovers Challenge at the Iris Robotics Conference in Abu Dhabi. Next slide, please. So for this one, our community members drove sidewalk robots out in the real world using gamified controls. As the robots are going around, we were actually collecting data for embodied AI research. Our top players then got the opportunity to compete in Abu Dhabi against AI in driving these robots around. And thankfully, they represented humanity well and beat AI. So we continue to look for ways for our community to earn from emerging technologies. Please check out the Future of Work bounties in Gap Season 8, and we look forward to providing even more of these kinds of opportunities for you. Back to you, SEDANO.
I mean, super amazing that you guys are also starting to work with Metaversity as well. So definitely, a lot of our students are super excited about all of these developing stories from Future of Work. One of the best booths, in my opinion, in YPS, the Future of Work X Metaversity. So thanks so much, Trish. And up next, everyone's been quite energetic about this one. We have the Guild Advancement Program together with Sam. Are you there?
Yeah. Thanks, Sedano. Hey guys, Sam here from Community. So we have seen some pretty big upgrades over the past few seasons of GAP in line with our efforts to continuously improve this program. So since the last community update, we have concluded season 7 and we're now in the middle of season 8. So in GAP season 7, which concluded last month, we saw the introduction of the new and upgraded rewards page, as well as a rewards multiplier from staking. So these were some huge launches for us that I believe Gabby will be expounding more on later. So in season 7, we played with a wide selection of, I think it was 11 games in total. Some fan favorites were Cypher, The Mystery Society, and Arena of Faith. So in season 7, we saw a little over 8,000 active questers and 1,500 season pass holders who enjoyed their exclusive premium quest rewards, like those who flex their custom YGG carts in Rumble Racing Star from the season before, and the YGG hoodies from the Mystery Society, and the custom in-game banner for Arena of Faith and Nine Chronicles. So there was a lot of premium rewards to go around and enjoyed by our community. A majority of you active questers also belong to guilds. So I think around 55% of our questers actually belong to guilds, which is great. It's a big uptick from season 6, which was just 40%. Ultimately, questing is more fun when you play together. So this is a good improvement that we saw. There were a total of 270 guilds who joined us in season 7. And I believe the total rewards that we have for season 7 was around 500,000 YGG tokens overall. So that's a quick overview of season 7. And I do want to take some time to acknowledge that, number one, there have been some bugs, especially with rewards claiming with all of these new things that we've been launching. The most notable issue that we have right now is a slight but significant discrepancy in some of the rewards that you all are receiving. So rest assured that we and our engineering team are on top of it. And the second thing is the bounty rewards, which will be released very soon. I know the wait has been long, and I want to thank everyone for being very patient. We're powering through to get these claims up very, very soon. Now for season 8, so season 8 officially launched on November 15. It's a whole nother level of exciting because we introduced on-chain guilds, which paves the way ultimately for guild quests. And if you haven't checked out the guild quests yet that's live now on the YGG website, you should check it out because the rewards for the guild quests are pretty big and exciting. So we also have 11 games for this season, a mix of new and old. So games like Parallel, Arena of Faith, and the Mystery Society returns. And we have a bunch of new games as well. Annie Chess, Blast Royale, and Immortal Rising 2 are two of the crowd favorites so far, along with Champions Tactics, Maple Star Universe, and Space Nation. So aside from these guild and game quests, we now have more AI bounties, as Trish mentioned earlier, is now called Future of Work. We also have more quests and partners under the YGG Regions and Partners category, which includes a new partner. We have Basement.Fun and a new quest for Ola about their new minigame feature. We have returning quests from our regional partners, Cajun, YGG, and we have a new YGG Vietnam community that we're also empowering through GAP. And of course, our staple programs are still here. Game testing, community ops, and YGG PH bounties are all still available on GAP Season 8. So hopefully you guys have already staked your YGG and maxed out your rewards multiplier and started questing for Season 8. If you haven't yet, some of the easy ones to start with for this season are Annie Chess and Immortal Rising 2. So final reminders about Season 8 is it runs until December 27 and appeals run until January 6. And that's it for GAP. Back to you, Sedano.
Awesome. Thanks, Sam. It's just really exciting to see, right, the progress that the Guild Advancement Program has grown to season 1. And now we're at season 8, ending the year strong. And yeah, it's a really exciting time. Like, these games are pretty good, not gonna lie. So We'll be back to you, Simon, in a bit. Don't worry. The community has definitely lots of keys for you as well. So yeah, up next we have the Seeking and Rewards. Gabby, the floor is yours.
Hi everyone. So we introduced our new rewards page, and the goal for the rewards page was that, of course, we've been earning YGG points, and then there's different types of rewards that you can get. So a lot of it, of course, is YGG tokens, but you have Pixel token, you can have Ron token, you have Nyangva, and this also allows us to have different rewards pages in the future that may correspond to, for example, different chains. For example, and this is just an example, we announced during the YGG Play Summit a partnership with Immutable. So expect sometime in 2025 we'll have Immutable specific rewards page. So it really depends on the partners that we have. So although most of what we will be redeeming are still YGG tokens, we can expect different types of rewards. It could be tokens or NFTs from different game partners or different chains. One thing to note is that we originally set a deadline at the end of the year for the rewards page. We are most likely removing that requirement, and we want to keep it open. So the points will be redeemable into the rewards page even after the end of the year. Next slide, please. Yeah, so this is something that we announced during YGG Play Summit. We're happy to have a 1 million rewards pool with Immutable that will go live sometime in 2025. Immutable has been a really solid partner of ours, and we've been enjoying different Immutable games in GAP in the last year. Games like Guild of Guardians, games like Mystery Society, Pirate Nation. There's probably a few more that I'm forgetting. So we've teamed up with Immutable, who are contributing $500,000 of their token and YGG for our own token, so that we can combine for $1 million worth of rewards. So there's still a little bit of work to be done on our end. There you probably expect a rewards page for this, and we need to be able to support the Immutable wallet. So expect this to go live sometime in 2025. No set date yet. Next slide. Okay, and the other big thing that we announced in YGG Play Summit is on-chain guilds. So this is something that we've been working for a while now, and you know that we've always had a lot of guilds within the YGG ecosystem, but we want to be able to scale this all across Web3 and have a way for guilds to have their own online on-chain identity. So this is why we've created on-chain guilds, and several of you are already participating in the beta. There's around 30 guilds right now that are trying out, giving us feedback, adding your members, and you have your own guild multi-sig treasury wallet. So please continue to give us your feedback. We want to make this better while we open this up to more guilds. And I think the result in the future is we want all guilds to be on-chain, and we want to be able to power that. So yeah, during YGG Play Summit 2 weeks ago, we announced launching the beta of on-chain guilds along with Base, who have been great partners with us so far. So along with that, we've also launched the YGG token on the Base network so that we can give out YGG token rewards to the guild wallets on Base. Next slide. Yeah, so that's my photo with Jesse. It was a really great moment during YGG Play Summit, having Jesse come to Manila at the end of his tour around Africa, India, Southeast Asia, so that we can announce on-chain guilds together. Next.
Yeah, Gabby, thank you so much. We will be going back to you, but amazing updates as always. The YGG Play Summit. I think Leah will be hopping on for this one. See you in a bit, Gabby.
Yeah, thanks, SEDANO. Thanks, Gabby. Oh my God, YGG Play Summit. This was just an incredible week. If you were there, if you're in the AMA discussion right now, can I get like a hashtag YGG Play Summit if you were there? This week was just jam-packed. It was so good. I'm not going to go into detail because I think we would be here for hours. But we had so more than 7,000 attendees over 5 days. We had an industry day on the Wednesday where we had some amazing international speakers fly in. If you were there, you'll know that it was Gabby and Jesse on stage announcing on-chain guilds on base. We had Beryl Lee talking about the YGG's future of work and their expansion into AI and DPIN. All your faves like G-Hose, Seb Bourget of the Sandbox was there. We had Hilmar of CCP Games. Like, oh my God, he is just such an incredible speaker. And he came all the way from Iceland. If you're not familiar, he's the founder of CCP Games, which is the creators of EVE Online, which is arguably perhaps like the most robust, sustainable virtual economy that has ever existed. So to have him speaking at our event was just like a dream come true. It was so amazing. We also had Fatality. So for those of you who might be too young to know who this guy is, he is a 12-time world champion in competitive FPS and basically like the original esports champ. So he was playing like Doom and Quake back in the 90s. I've got to say, when we first met him in Korea at the YGG and SkyGG event for Korea Blockchain Week, seeing Cairo like totally fanboy over Fatality was the cutest thing ever. So you know, we just had these absolute legends of the traditional gaming industry all gracing our event in Manila, in the Philippines. You know, it was really Gabby's vision for this incredible event coming true. And it, you know, it just felt so good to see it all coming together. After Industry Day, we had the Gamer Expo. Again, like the vibes were just insane, so good. On the Saturday morning, I think it was, we had the Pixels AMA. So that was a live energy party. We had it both IRL and in Pixels. Luke and Heidi were there answering questions from the audience. We had the Wolvesdale takeover, which was sick. One of my personal favorites was when Sylphie Academy actually killed Wolvesdale at Sparkball in a match, show match. That was amazing. G-Hose got up and announced that Ronin was going open and permissionless. Like, he chose our event to announce that. That is absolutely huge. Massive, massive announcement. That was amazing. Also on the Thursday and Friday, we had leaders roundtables. I think some people here in the chat actually participated in those. So that was set up as an opportunity for people to come in, participate in a forum and debate two topics. One was the value of KOLs, and that really kind of got into the ethics of content creation. And the other one was Web3 native trends in user acquisition. So we actually recorded all of those conversations, and we're currently going through painstakingly transcribing them. And they are going to inform a report, which will be published in the first quarter of next year. We'll be sending it to media all around the world. And we really think that that report is going to very much influence a lot of the public discussion about Web3 gaming in 2025. So if you were part of that, you are literally making history. Obviously the booths, the expo, it was just so freaking good. Like yeah, you could feel it. It was absolutely incredible. I can't even put words to it. It was just so good. I just wanted to say too, one last thing about the Play Summit, which was so important, is if you were watching all of the Twitter threads, like so many people have written so many amazing things about this event. We've had people saying that they're the CEO of the Philippines. That was cakey. They've said that they're going to move to the Philippines. But people were comparing this event to the likes of Tokyo Game Show and Gamescom and GDC. Like, these are some of the best established, most well-known gaming events in the world. And the YGG Play Summit is now considered up there, you know, on par with those kind of events. So, you know, that is just no small feat. It's just such an incredible achievement. And there's a lot of people in the AMA discussion tonight who contributed to that success. So thank you to the team who helped us make the YGG Play Summit such a memorable experience. I'm already excited for 2025. Maybe we can go to the next slide, SEDANO. So, Metaverse Filipino Worker. Oh my God, this was such an amazing night. Can I get a hashtag MFW if we've got any Metaverse Filipino workers in the AMA discussion? So this was such a beautiful event. We actually hired out almost the entire cinema complex at SM Aura, including the director's chair, Fancy Cinemas. And we had a red carpet, everyone dressed up. I wore Filipiniana for the first time. I hope you like my outfit there. And we had just an amazing turnout. Again, like some of the top names that I just suggested were at the YGG Play Summit. They also came to this premiere. And if you didn't get a chance to go along and you haven't seen MFW yet, it's a 5-part series which it kind of takes a peek into the day-to-day lives of a number of YGG Filipinas community members. And the whole point of it was to kind of give the world a bit of an update in terms of what Play to Earn looks like now compared to back in 2021 when they probably saw that original mini documentary, which was titled Play to Earn NFT Gaming in the Philippines. Because as you guys know, a lot has changed since then. So we decided it was time for an update. So the community members that you get to know in this series are Sparky, he's our community manager. There's Dizzy, the esports captain, JB, the guild leader. We've got Steffi, content creator, Julie, the mummy influencer, and also students of Sisters of Mary who are participating in the Web3 Metaversity program. And the idea is that we wanted to show the range of different skills and talents and expertise that is required to build the future of Web3 gaming. So we've had just phenomenal feedback. A lot of people said that they were nearly in tears because they thought it was so emotional. So I was really, very happy to hear that kind of feedback, that the stories really touched our viewers. Also, when you do finally get to watch it, because this is going to launch on YouTube, I'm hoping next week. We don't have an exact date yet, but we, keep an eye on Discord because we'll be announcing it soon. But you've got to listen in to the original musical score. It was by Line Outside, which is Apple Diap of the Black Eyed Peas, and his longtime DJ and producer, DJ Artex 606. They have this new outfit called Line Outside where they're doing basically anything that isn't Black Eyed Peas related. And MFW was their very first major project that they worked on together in terms of musical production. So, to have that kind of talent really bring in the vibes for our video series is just, mind-blowing. It's so good, and I hope that you have a little groove when you listen to it. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it when you finally see it. It's going to be on YouTube next week, we hope. And make sure that when you do watch it, you share on social media about your own MFW stories, because that's really the goal of this. We want to kind of unearth those stories of the Metaverse Filipino worker and really challenge the idea that you would have to leave the Philippines to actually be able to find a good job and earn good money. So that's really the crux of it. Next slide, SEDANO.
All right. Thanks so much, Leah. And I do agree the community has to see the new documentary. Be prepared, bring in some tissue because you definitely shed a tear or two when you get to see it. And of course, we have the YGG stars, our actors and actresses making gracing the red carpet for that event as well. So, Leah, great job. Amazing. You guys have to see it soon. Mike, Esports, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir. What's up, guys? So for the tournament mode update, we decided to go really big on competitions this year. We actually rented out the entire Samsung Hall Arena for 3 straight days to host 4 different tournaments, 1 show match featuring 5 different games. Yeah, we went a little crazy, to be honest. We really wanted to feature the up-and-coming new games that we think the community is either actively playing or could be playing in the future, right? So we had Arena of Faith, Anichess, Indus, Axie, and then of course the cherry on top was the parallel tournament. Huge shout out to all the winners. We featured for Arena of Faith, we actually had our very own Selfie Academy taking home the W. For Anichess, congrats to John. And then for Indus, congratulations to Kadiliman Esports. They won the first ever Indus tournament, and the top 2 teams from this tournament are qualified for the Indus International Tournament Grand Finals. So yeah, you guys will hear more from that. We also had an OG Axie showdown between Spam and Indus. So yeah, our boy Spam was able to take home the W. So shout out to Spam. I want to see some Spams in the chat. And then lastly, the cherry on top for us was the 100,000 prize pool parallel tournament. That was a long time in the works. We had 2 online qualifiers with a total of 16 players flying into Manila to participate. We had a 1-day broadcast, and I'm happy to say that our boy Zeliasser from YGG Esports was able to take home the win. He took home 20K USDC from that. So yeah, very proud of the team, very proud of the whole production staff. We're going to bring more tournaments for next year's summit. I think this was a huge success. The entire parallel team, almost entire parallel leadership team was on site watching the finals. They loved it. And yeah, you guys should stay tuned for more announcements, because for next year, we're going to go even bigger.
Yeah, and Mike, I couldn't agree more. Like, this year definitely feels like the Web3 Olympics of gaming. So props to you guys, props to the team for making this happen, and it's just gonna get bigger from here, man. So congrats and job well done. Up next, we do have the Game Awards. So shout out to I saw Peyton. I think he was in the chats earlier. Shout outs to the Wolves Out guys and the Games.gg Awards guys as well. Leah, the floor is yours.
Yeah, so I've got to say, this was again like one of those, got to pinch yourself, like, am I dreaming kind of moments, because this was the first ever IRL ceremony that they've done for the Game Awards. And they could have done it anywhere in the world, but they chose Manila, Philippines, and nonetheless the YGG Play Summit to do it, which is really just a real testament to both the caliber of these awards, but also the fact that the YGG Play Summit was clearly the perfect place and time in the world to have it. So really, really incredible to see that the Game Awards was there. There was a lot of awards given out, so I'm just going to call out a few ones that would be interesting. We're very excited that our very own Yellow Panther, the official ambassador for the YGG Play Summit, he took out Content Creator of the Year. It was Sam Stefanina of Wolvesdale that passed the baton to Yellow Panther. So I think that was very well deserved, and we were just so, so proud to see that. Off the Grid. Oh my God, like seriously cleaned up, basically won everything. The Game of the Year, Best Action Game, Best Shooter Game, Best Multiplayer Game. I was not surprised. I did expect that they were going to clean up like that. I mean, it is an amazing game. I would know that my future husband can't stop playing it. He's completely addicted. Also, Pixels, Best Casual Game and People's Choice. So we're very, very grateful to see that too. Obviously, they've been an amazing supportive partner of YGG. And Parallel, Best Strategy Game, Best Card Game, Best Esports Game. And shout out to Ronin, which won Best Ecosystem. Again, no big surprises there, because I think they have just made absolute strides over the last year. They've just been kicking goals left, right, and center. So very well deserved. It was an absolutely amazing night. And again, like the fact that they chose to have it in the Philippines at the YGG Play Summit is just, we could not be more proud. Back to you, SEDANO.
Yeah, and it definitely felt like the Oscars or the Grammys for
Yeah.
Web3 gaming, 100%, right?
Yeah, it was amazing. Everyone looked so beautiful on the
Yes,
green carpet.
exactly. Yep, everyone dressed up out of their, gaming attire for the whole expo. So super exciting stuff. Definitely would want to see these guys again next year. So congrats to everyone who made this happen as well. But yeah, definitely our last slide, guys. But before we go to our AMA, I just encourage you guys again to first make sure to retweet, share, and send the link to your friends, because they definitely might be needing some of the news that we are dropping today as well. And of course, drop your questions. So guys, if you're listening everywhere else, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, make sure to drop by. It's going to be discord.gg/YGG for our live Q&A. So we'll see you guys right here in a bit. But back to you, Gabby.
Yeah, so
Oh, sorry, I think we skipped a slide there. Did you want to quickly chat about influencers. Sorry, I think I was meant to take that one. I'll just say it quickly because this was a really big focus of the YGG Play Summit. We had a massive focus on content creators. So obviously everyone's very excited about the games, but where would Web3 gaming be without our content creators? And we had people flying in from all over the world. So I already mentioned Yellow Panther, we had Kagan, we had the Wolvesdow crew, which was just amazing, Peyton, Sam, Icy, we had Ali Straza. Like, it was really such an incredible lineup of content creators that came in. And I think it was just such a great opportunity for them to be able to network, knowledge share, learn from each other. But there are also a few events that were really focused on helping content creators build their skills, whether it was in creative content development or also like business acumen. So there was one called Match and Play. This was a very interesting event, which was about helping Web 2 content creators or content creators that are kind of coming from the traditional gaming scene, bringing them in, and it was almost like a speed dating networking event to introduce them to Web 3 games that are looking to connect with content creators with big audiences like theirs that might be able to help onboard more Web 2 players to Web 3 games. So very interesting format. I hadn't really heard of anything like that before, and it was received really well. We also had the likes of Metal Sarossa there, for example, and In Mikado. So very, very high profile on the content creator front. There was also a creators masterclass, which was held by Web3 Metaversity, and that was led by some of our favorites in the community, like Cuckoo, for example, and Callon-Butler. So again, like a lot of these very educational formats to be able to help content creators level up their business. Again, I already mentioned this before, but definitely get on Twitter and check out some of the content that was posted by them, because it was so heartwarming seeing how much fun the content creators had while they were visiting the Philippines, the friends that they made, all the balut that they ate, the Jollibees that they ate. It was really just amazing to see just this flurry of activity on socials with people just pouring their hearts out, saying how much fun they had at the event and how they can't wait to come back to the Philippines, if not move here permanently. So yeah, I thought that was a really lovely part of the summit and very well deserved to these content creators to kind of give them the floor and recognize them as real pillars of our industry. Thanks, SEDANO.
Yeah, I just really love that we were able to introduce them to the YGG community in the Philippines as well, and actually see that we're not bots. Okay, what's actually fun here.
Yeah, one for the bots.
Let's go. All right, so Gabby, yeah, the floor is yours.
Yeah, last thing we did last week actually was that I attended, along with a couple of teammates, the Binance campus event in Okinawa. It was very good. We were able to present to over 100, close to 200 KOLs from Southeast Asia and China. And you know, the KOLs for Binance are a little bit different from the ones that we're used to in gaming. They talk about tokens and trading, and we haven't really been talking a lot to the KOLs there, but we're doing a lot more work now doing marketing to the token KOL. So expect us to do more of that work, especially for the ones that are based in China, Korea, and Southeast Asia. And just remember, guys, you know, I've been saying this in chat. Once you claim your tokens, you want to stake them for multiplier and do quests. I cannot stress this enough. This is very important. And yeah, I think it'll be very good for you if you do that.
Yes, sir. So you definitely heard it first from Gabby himself. So guys, you still are in the middle of the season, so make sure to get your friends, get your guys on board, because we are just getting started. And now we are at our favorite part of the AMA, the actual AMA itself. So guys, if you still do have questions on your minds for the core team here, it's only, you know, once every quarter that we get the whole gang up here on Discord. So make sure to send them over right now. So yeah, I have a few questions lined up here. It's been sent to me by our volunteers as well over chats. We're gonna be starting off with some very, you know, hot off the kitchen questions for the Guild Advancement Program. So Sam, I have a quick question here. So Sam, are we expecting to have balancing of the rewards after season 8? And if yes, are we expecting to have less rewards, assuming that the market price of the tokens will go up?
By balancing, do you mean I guess like if the rewards are gonna change?
Yes, I assume so.
So whatever the rewards that you're seeing now on the Gap site, that's the rewards that you're gonna get. We're not gonna change those rewards until the end of Gap. So whatever the rewards are on the website, those are final.
And maybe Sam, like as we get into the next season, are we going to be expecting, changes in some of the games that will be staying? We'll be having, more rewards from some of the games that are doing better and stuff like that.
Within season 8,
For the next season.
for the next season, we'll definitely we're gonna change things up next season. So it's the same. It's gonna be a mix of some old games, but a lot of new games coming as well. Because obviously, like there are a lot of games that we want to include in Gap. So there's gonna be a lot of new stuff. That's what I'll say for now.
All right. Awesome. And Sam, while I have you here, I still do have a follow-up question for you. So, with a full blast of guild quests in season 8, what can we expect in future Gap seasons? Will there be benefits for guilds who come in early or any other surprises?
Well, in the future, we do want our guild quests to cater to lots of different types of guilds. So we have bigger guilds who are strong in numbers. We have smaller guilds who are a bit more skilled. We have niche guilds. So the ideal state of our guild quests is we'll have different types of guild quests for different types of guilds. But ultimately, that is where our focus is going to be more on. Like we want to incentivize people to join guilds, do guild quests, quest together. There's still going to be individual quests, of course, but yeah, we're going to be focusing more on variety and just onboarding more guilds into different types of guild quests in season 9, season 10, and beyond.
Pretty exciting. So, would you say, Sam, that is it a good idea that I bring in my friends? They might have been in Web3 for a while, play other games. Is it a good idea to start making guilds, or should I join bigger guilds? What would you be your recommendation of that?
So it's definitely a choice. For season 8, I do want to point out that we are focusing on just a smaller set of our most active guilds, just because we just launched on-chain guilds. But for season 9 and future seasons, making a guild and joining a guild is going to be very easy for anyone, anywhere. I do want to point out that it is your choice. If you can join multiple guilds, it's your choice. Like you can join a lot of guilds and join one guild for one quest, join another guild for a different game quest. It's totally up to you. So like you can do whatever you want with the guilds. It's all about the spirit of just playing together with those guilds for the different games that you'll do for Gap.
So it actually also leads to my last question for you, Sam. I promise it's gonna be the last one. But how does that work, right? Let's say if I'm joining, let's say 2 or 3 guilds, like how do the rewards work? And are there gonna be any measures that to make sure that people get rewarded the right way?
Yes, of course. So if you check out the guild quests that are live right now, you can see that each guild for each guild quest that you join, you could only associate yourself with one guild. So it isn't the case that if you join 10 guilds, your points will be counted for all of those guilds. So you can only associate yourself with one guild for each game quest that you play. So obviously the guild takes into account your contributions to the overall points and the activity of the guild in that specific quest. And ultimately, at the end of the day, the guild will be will decide what to do with the rewards. Like some guilds are actually talking about like having 80% of the rewards dispersed to all of the members, while keeping 20% for community activities. So that's also like another thing that guilds are doing for the guild quest rewards for now.
Nice. Thank you so much, Sam. And guys, remember as Gabby said here on the chat, so on-chain guilds is still very early, right? So we're in early beta. So make sure to send your feedback. Whether it's with your working groups, whether if it's with the guild leaders as well, or just sending DMs and letting us know what you think and any ideas, right, that might help the growth or the improvement of the whole program. Please do let us know. So yeah, Sam, thanks again and great job as the usual for the Guild Advancement Program, the community is always stoked to hear from you. And another question, I might be jumping to Mike here first. So it's for esports. So Mike, now with the success of the YGG Play Summit, the YGG YPS Showdown, so what's next for global esports? Are we likely to see any new teams competing for other games? Like, how do we get noticed? How do we get drafted? And stuff like that. Because I definitely want to be part of the YGG Elite. Those guys are freaking cool.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. No, I think like the best way to get noticed is just keep playing the games, keep improving, keep posting your achievements on Twitter, tag YGG Sports on Twitter, post your leaderboard placements, post like whatever tournament wins you have. Be loud about your achievements so you get noticed. What's next? We're looking at, so we have 3 different teams currently, right? We have Axie, we have Parallel, and then we also have like a hybrid team which focuses on like MOBAs or battle brawlers like Arena of Faith, Indus, etc., right? And also Sparkball coming up. If you're interested, I think being active is the most important thing, and then sharing your achievements and even creating content around those things. In terms of our timeline for next year, so obviously we want to go big again for the YGG Play Summit next year, but before that we do have one big tournament for the parallel side of things. So in March there's the World Championship in Las Vegas happening, so we're hoping to not only qualify for that but actually take home the trophy. So that's currently the biggest focus of the parallel team. In between that, we're looking at organizing smaller community-run tournaments that will be online only, and then doing some sort of collaboration with the YGG Philippines team on some other potential physical tournaments as well next year.
Good stuff, Mike. And yeah, so shout outs as well to the intern of YGG Esports, Big Gabby's been killing it with the content. So it's definitely hard to keep up. So guys, make sure that if any achievements that you've done, any conquests in competitive Web3 esports, make sure to share them. Make sure to tag Mike, tag YGG Esports, tag Yield Guild as well. So looking forward to seeing those. So yeah, cheers and congrats to everyone who made it to the YGG Play Summit Showdown. And yeah, Vegas, next stop, Mike. So see you soon. And Gabby, going back to you, we are almost at the top of the hour. But guys, don't forget, we still have a few moments with the team here. So make sure to send those questions. But Gabby, for you, it's 1 year away again from the YGG Play Summit 2025, and that's a bit long to wait for, especially with the hype that's happening. Are there any upcoming events or any interesting stuff that the community could show up and pull up and just hang out and go for it?
Well, most of our events now are online only now that we are back from YGG Play Summit. We were extending Season 8. Sam, we're doing it until close to end of December, right?
Yeah, December 27.
December 27. So even after Christmas, after opening your gifts, you can still play for Gap. We wanted to extend it so that we give enough time for people to play as many quests as they can. And yeah, remember what Cuckoo said: join Gap, earn YGG, stake YGG, repeat. As I said, you want to maximize your multiplier. That's
Nice.
it.
And Gabby, so just for everyone else here before we wrap up, so what does on-chain guilds look like, at least for the next year?
So with on-chain guilds, we really want to incentivize people to join a guild, play games together, and then of course get rewards as a group. We're not just encouraging large guilds. We want people to play with guild members that they enjoy playing with. So you can definitely create a new guild, and I think we'll really be figuring out how to create good quests for small guilds along with big guilds. Guilds that are quests that are going to be skill oriented. So we're learning how to do this along with you guys. That's why guild creation is still now limited. I think there's only around 30 guilds, and we might open this up a little more for for some of the guilds that are in our community, but we want to learn, and that's the primary goal of this season. We want to learn what would make sense, what would be a good guild quest, how we can encourage different types of guilds. So definitely we want to get all of that feedback so that we can make it better as we open it up to more and more guilds. And eventually there will be thousands, tens of thousands of guilds. But we need to start small and then make it good, and then we can make it better. So at least for those guilds that have started, of course, there's a prize pool. I believe it's 130,000 tokens. And now that the YGG price has been going up, the value of that has actually been going up as well. As I said, we want to really improve how guilds work. And we have some theories on how to make it work, but nothing really beats giving it in your hands and seeing how you use the guilds or your on-chain guilds, your own wallets, and that will inform us in how to make it better.
Amazing. Thanks so much, Gabby. And as we wrap up our community update for tonight, Gabby, please do the honors for our closing remarks. Any last wishes for the community as we hit the New Year strong 2025? Here we come. Gabby, the floor is yours.
Yeah, we're almost at the end of the year now, and we've been through a lot in the last few years. We've seen the growth of Gap, of our community members, a lot more games. We had an amazing YGG Play Summit, and I think the best is yet to come. There's a lot of innovations that we've done with on-chain guilds, with questing, that we're bringing into the next year. Now more games want to partner with us, more chains want to partner with us. So we just want to encourage you to keep active in the community, to refer your friends, to join new guilds. And I think we really reward the activity. So if you're active, if you're learning skills, if you're helping us become a marshal or a content creator, you'll find ways to be rewarded for the work that you're doing within the community.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Gabby. So guys, there you have it. This has been the YGG community update for Q3 2024. It's been a crazy 3 years, but guys, we are so back. So make sure, like, share, and we will be seeing you pretty soon, guys. So don't forget, together we play. See you in the metaverse. Peace out. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
For the past 3 years, with our friends, with our families, through the ups and the downs, the Philippines remains as the beating heart of Web3 gaming. Bigger and bolder, all the stars are aligned, and all roads lead to the YGG Play Summit.
Magandang umaga sa YGG Play Summit Day 5. Energy check!
For this straight of expo, games, panels, giveaways, and also after parties.
One thing that I guess people outside the Philippines might not see is like the impact that YGG has on the Philippines specifically too. The reach it has here, like the impact it has in the community is amazing.